Number 3, what is the midpoint of a line that has endpoints at 10, -4, and 6, -2? Midpoint, the middle point. We want to find the middle. How do you find the middle of anything? You add your two. Let's say you want to find the middle of two test scores. You add them together and divide by 2. You're just taking the average of two scores. It's the middle. So to find the midpoint, we're simply going to add our x's together, take x1 and x2, the two x's you have, that guy and that guy, and divide them by 2, and do the same thing to the y's and divide by 2, and we'll have our answer. That's simple. So I take my x's, 10 plus 6, divide by 2, take my y's. My y's are -4, plus my other one is -2, and divide by 2. 10 plus 6 is 16. 16 divided by 2, 8. So the middle of the x's is 8. What's the middle of the y's? -4 plus -2 is -6, and -6 divided by 2 is -3. There's the middle of that line segment. If you're connecting the two, the middle right there is going to be at 8, -3. Just think, midpoint means the middle. It's the average. How do you find the average? Add them together, divide by 2. Number 4, point A is at 3, 1, and B is at 8, -2. If B is the midpoint, okay, so I'm going to draw this picture. It's the midpoint of line segment AC. So I have this picture. It says B is the middle, the midpoint of line segment AC. So I got to see what's going on here. It tells me A is at 3, 1, and it tells me B is at 8, -2. And it wants to know, where's this C then? And if he's at the middle, if this length was 5, then that length is 5. So I need to figure out what's going on here. Well, let's look at our x's. It went from 3 up to 8. It went up 5. Well, if this is in the middle, all I got to do is go up 5 on the x value, and I'll have where this C is located as far as the x value. 8 plus 5 is 13. Now, let's do the y. It went from 1 to -2. It dropped. It dropped what? 3. If it goes from a height of 1 down to a height of -2, it dropped 3. So I need to drop 3 more. -2 take away 3 is -5. That's where C must be located. And you could check yourself. You could add your 3 and 13, get 16, divide by 2, and you'll see you have 8. You could add your 1 and your -5 here. -4 divided by 2, you have -2. So yeah, B is the middle there. That's how we do that problem. Let's look at one more. If C is between X and Y, okay, so I have C between them. Doesn't say it's in the middle. It's just between X and Y. And so here's what I know. With that, I know XC plus CY. So this distance plus that distance adds up to the whole distance. That's what I have to do here. Notice I set that up before I even finished reading the problem. Now it says C to X is 8n. So X to C or C to X, same thing. The distance right here, it says is 8n minus 4. It doesn't tell me CY. That's actually what we're going to be finding. It tells me XY is a 12n plus 10. So it's saying, oops, it says what is XY. That's not what the question was supposed to say. It was supposed to say what is CY. Okay. There was a little typo here when I did this for the video. It says what is CY on your paper. So let's get CY by itself. So to get it by itself, let me scroll down a little bit here. Give ourselves some room. We're trying to isolate the CY. So let's move the 8n over by subtracting 8n. And if we want, we could go ahead and move the 4 over. So add 4. That's going to get, when we do this, those go away, those go away. We're left with just CY. 12n minus 8n is 4n. 10 plus 4 is how much? 14. And there's our answer. CY must be 4n plus 14.